Hopefully that's working well. Just turn that round. Just adjust the angle. There we go, that's better. Right, there we go. Right, just wait a little bit and I'm going to put some. Yeah. This is the one that's better. Right, so we'll just listen to some music. And I'm trying to think of what I need to put into my journal. And we get a load of pictures printed from our cruise. And then that's the cruise ship we went on. But I've got better pictures on my phone. But that's the cruise ship, that's the Ventura. I'm going to put a proper picture in there. Hey, Happy! I'm going to put a proper picture in rather than this. On there for the start of April. Big build up to this month has been my cruise. So we went away on the 20th and came back on, well, yesterday actually. So this is my cruise card. Right, it's been deactivated now, but that was my cabin card. And then we've got this, which has a map of the ship. We had freedom dining, which you may or may not, no, you're not going to see that very well. But we had freedom dining, which meant that we could visit either the Cinnamon restaurant or the Saffron restaurant in an evening for dinner. And we could go to the Saffron restaurant for breakfast and lunch as well. Or we could have gone to the buffet. So this is a map of the ship that we stayed on. And our rooms, we put a little kiss, a little mark on it. Right, as you can see that little kiss, yeah, just about. That's where our rooms were on the ship. Right by the numbers. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? So we was on the cruise for seven nights, from Saturday the 22nd until Saturday the 29th. We left Southampton, and I'm currently editing the videos off my phone So we left Southampton at roughly 5 o'clock, 5:30, something like that. There will be a video of us leaving Southampton on the ship. Oh, we had lots of fun. We had lots of fun. We really enjoyed ourselves. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Hang on, let me turn this down just a little bit more. So we left Southampton around about 5:30, 6 o'clock. We didn't go to the sail away party because we weren't certain where it were. We got a little confused on the Saturday as to where things were and stuff. But we sat on the back of the ship and watched us pulling out of Southampton. So there will be a video of that. It's mostly up. It's mostly in portrait. What's the word? Yeah. Most of the footage that I got was in that mode, so the up and down short mode really, because I was going to do lots of shorts. But then looking at some of the stuff that I've got, it makes more sense to condense them into short videos rather than just doing loads and loads of shorts, because I've got to try and think up names and stuff. So yeah, some of them will be being changed around and put together and stuff. So there will be a video of us leaving Southampton. There will be a video of sorts from each. There will be a video or clips from each location that we visited, and there will be a few other things as well from the P&O, as well as from the cruise, as well as some stuff from when we went to Paulton's on the Friday morning even. Right. Now on the ship we had 2 days at sea, and both of those evenings were formal dress. So David wore his wedding suit and I brought 2 new dresses, really lovely dresses. I've got pictures on my phone so I can put them up as well. And then the days that we were visiting ports, we went to Vigo. So this is one of the postcards I got from Vigo. I've got a few shorts and videos from there, so I might condense them all into a video. We got off the ship. We were one of the first people to get off the ship, and right in front of us there was this huge hill with a fort on top, and it had got lots and lots of steps going up. And so we made our way through the town and up to this fort, and I've got shorts from all around the fort and going up to it and stuff. So I'm in the process of condensing them into a shorter video. This is another postcard from Vigo. Alright, and David's done several blogs as well. Do come in and say hi. Right, so Vigo was our first port of call. Our second port of call was Lisbon. Don't know if you can see that too well or not, the actual writing there. But that was our second port of call. In Lisbon, what we did was we got on and off a couple of tour buses and just went round on tour buses. And it's still quite fun, quite good, quite enjoyable. So that's the second postcard from Lisbon. Right. David's got lots of footage. I didn't get as much footage in Vigo because my phone was a bit dead, in Lisbon because my phone was a bit dead. And yeah, my phone was a bit dead, to be honest. The third port that we went to was Porto in Portugal. Right. So we P&L provided a shuttle bus from the port, because we didn't actually go into Porto itself because it was too far for the ship to go in, too shallow up the river. So we landed at Luxon, I think it is the port's name, and then we got a shuttle bus from there to across to the into where Porto is, and it drops us off across the river. So we got a water taxi across the river, and then we did World of Discoveries and walked around the town a bit, and we walked, and again it's got another hill, more hills, seems to be a common theme with Spain and Portugal. And then we walked back along this bridge, and at this end of the bridge there's a little bit of a fort which I've got some shots of, or a castle or something, which we didn't go in. And then there's a cable car that comes down from there to the other side of the same side of the river as we were on, to this side of the river. So we went on the cable car going back down the hill. Right? So that's what we did in Porto. And this is another card. And we also got a souvenir from the cable car, and they gave us an extra postcard, which was nice of them. And then the fourth and final port of call was Cherbourg. Now Cherbourg, we didn't do any of the experiences or the excursions or anything like that throughout the entire cruise. We didn't do any of those. We didn't have the funds to book them, and most of the ones that we seen that were bookable, we could talking about going and tasting port or wine or something as part of the tour, and we just we're not drinkers, so there's no point in us doing that. Nothing that really interested us. That's another postcard from Cherbourg. So Cherbourg, we caught the shuttle bus into the town, had a walk around the town centre. There wasn't much for us. There wasn't much there. There was plenty if you wanted to shop, or there were a few museums and stuff in Cherbourg according to the map, but most of that stuff we wasn't interested in. So yeah, we had a walk around the town centre. There was a mall there which we walked around just for something to do, and then we headed back towards the ship, and there was a kind of marina there, not marina, a kind of museum, should we say, and they were doing a special offer, a discount, and that place it had a ocean like tour thing that told you about the sea and some of the creatures that lived in it. There was a few fish and jellies and stuff, and then there was a submarine to go around and explore, and then there was also some museum, archive and so on stuff from the Titanic, or replicas and stuff from the Titanic, I should say. So we went around that bit as well, and then we went back on the ship because we'd done what we wanted to do. So that's that. So then I'm going to show you the maps that we got from the different places. So this first map is Cherbourg, right? And the P&O ship was here, right, on the cruise ship. We got off the bus somewhere here and had a walk around. Then we walked across here to the mall. Yeah, to the mall. And then we walked back to here, and this was the museum that we visited. I mean, I did go through this, but the stuff that it tells you about on this wasn't interesting to us. The only thing is I would have liked to have done, but we couldn't find, was maybe this tour thing here. This little tour train thing that was supposed to go around the town and explain things. But couldn't find it, so we didn't do it. Right, so what else? What other souvenirs have I got? No, a ticket from the sightseeing bus in Lisbon. These are our World of Discovery tickets from Porto. Most of this stuff will go into my journal in some way or form or other. I'm just going to work out how I'm doing it, and I've got to print off loads of pictures as well. Not loads of pictures, but quite a few pictures. Then in Lisbon, as I said, we went on 2 buses. And because it was a public holiday, the first bus we got on was this red line, right, the red bus. And instead of it going this way round, the way the arrows were pointing, it went backwards because there was a national holiday or something on that day, and all of this area here in the middle, right, this area here was closed off for a few hours, right? So we did most of this one, went round, missed out some of this bit because of it being closed, the area being closed, and then we got off somewhere around here and walked back down, round here, and then over to here, roughly, number 3 we think, and picked up the blue route that went round. Now, according to some of the signs, it looked like we were further up the road, but it went round. Alright. So that's what we did in Lisbon. We spent the day. We rode 2 of the tour buses in the finish. What's this one? Oh, this is another map of this is a map of Vigo. We didn't use this map as much as we did the other map of Vigo, but this just shows the town centre, and it's all in Spanish, so yeah, not brilliant. Do come say hi, chat. I know there's been 3 people on, and then they've dropped, they're up in and dropping. So that's another Lisbon map. I think I've drawn on this one, showing you where we've been and stuff. Or making notes as to where we were. Let me just see. Yeah, so I made notes because that's where we think that area there, you can just about see, is where I think the ship was docked, or it might have been here, might have been this area where the ship was docked. Hey Kelly, hey babe. Sorry, John, even, sorry. Kelly Family's Adventures. Alright, so the ship, we think, was parked there. And like I said, we did all the red, or most of the red, and then we did the blue after. So lots of maps. This is Vigo. I'm going to glue some of these maps down in my book and make it so that they can still be opened as well and looked at. So in Vigo, right, this is Vigo, and what we did was the ship was round about here, right up here. Yeah, right, so the ship was round about here, and we walked along here to pick up the postcards, and then we walked straight up this hill, and it was a big hill. It was like that, right, very steep. There were a few escalators going up the hill where we walked. So I think along in parts of this street here, and certainly the way we went up the hill, there was flat escalators along this street we've seen, and just going uphill, you know, like the ones that you get in, the ones that are in Tesco that are just flat, but they were the ramp escalators. And then this one, they were step escalators, so you stepped on and it was a step going up the side of the hill. And then we got up here, and this here is a castle / fort from ages ago, and there was loads and loads of steps to climb up, and I mean lots of steps. So we climbed all the way up to the castle, right, all the way to the top, and then filmed a little bit around the castle, and then came back down again. When we came back down, instead of going back the way we came, we actually came down, and I'm trying to, hang on, fold it that way a second. Right, fold it that way so I can show you. What we actually did was, instead of going that way, back down the mountain, or hill, whatever you want to call it. Hi! Hi Adam. And yeah, I know what I mean. Hi, sorry. Right, yeah, Rand's Adventure is brilliant. Right, so like I said, we went up that way, and then to come back, instead what we did was we went down the side of the mountain. It was a bit gentler, wasn't as many steps, wasn't as steep or anything, so we went down the side and then onto the road, and we walked back down and around here, back round to the front. But instead of going that way, which again had got lots of steps and stuff to go back down, because the escalators that we used to come up were only going up, they weren't going down as well, we decided to walk along this street. So this street here, Vinzinta, I think it says. So we walked all along this street to the end, and then into Granvar. This is the old city as well, by the way. So we walked in down there, right? And then to head back to the port, we walked, as you can see, we've gone that way, and we've walked all along this street here. The one that says US or Prince Street or something at one point here. So we walked all along here and then back to the cruise ship, and we had a fabulous time in Vigo. I absolutely loved it. It was a fabulous city, I think. Absolutely fabulous, and very, very beautiful to look at. There's definitely at least one video coming from Vigo, possibly more for myself. Possibly, there probably is quite a few videos coming from David. We didn't go to any museums or anything. We just walked straight to the castle and back down again. But it was beautiful. Vigo is one of the places that we visited that I would think about perhaps going back to if we get the chance. Just on holiday to explore. Where is this? Right, this is another map that we picked up, but we didn't use it. This is from Porto. Didn't really use this map. But yeah, the ship was docked. The ship was docked there, and the coaches picked us up from there and took us roughly around here somewhere. They dropped us, and then we got a water taxi across the river, and from the water taxi we walked along here and round about here, and I'll show you on the big map because it's better on the big map, but round about here is the World of Discoveries that we visited. Now I've got a short video for the World of Discoveries. I was only taking shorts, which I've now put all together. David has a very long video for it. I'm trying to find the one that I've scrolled all over. No, not that one. Alright, so I've got one map there that's clean. That hasn't been drawn on. This one has. So this map has two sides. And this is the side that we used. I'll fold it down again. And like I said, we got off roughly, right, this is where our ferry was. No, that's not where our ferry was. Our ferry was wherever. This is where the coach dropped us off, I should say. Right, this circle here is where the coach dropped us. That one. Right. And then this. Yeah, the coach dropped us there. And then this circle here was where the cable car was. That was where the cable car started. So we were going to do that, but they weren't open. So instead what we did was we got a water taxi roughly here, a river taxi I should say, and went across the river here, got off here and walked back down round here, alright, all along the front, well, slightly the front, we weren't quite by the river, to here, alright, and this is the World of Discoveries. This is where we found a dark ride slash boat ride slash water ride, whatever you want to call it. So I've got a bigger one from David. And then when we finished that, we walked back along here, and then up either this one or this one of them, right, up one of these big long yellow roads here to here, and then walk back down here and across the bridge, right, across this sky bridge. This Sky Bridge had trams coming across it at varying times. And then from the Sky Bridge, from this side, we took the cable car back down there. Alright, so back down to there. And then caught the bus back. Hey! Hey, new person. I'm sorry if I don't sometimes read the messages out because I can't always see them. So I haven't got another device here at the moment to look through them. That might do it. So yeah, this is from Porto. Right, this map is Porto. Right. And again, we had a fantastic time visiting Porto. We did a few things. Actually found a Mackey's in Porto. I mean, I know that they're everywhere, but we hadn't really seen any up until that point. We most definitely did. So yeah, we actually went into Mackey's in there. Hi. So yeah, we went in there. Got a Coke for us to share. I can't really drink too much fizzy pop, but I just needed something to drink. I was a bit dry. Then my throat was a bit dry, I should say. And then, like I said, we walked up the hill and then down and across the bridge, and then back on the cable car. So that was wonderful. We had a really great day there. What else have I got here from our cruise? That I've already shown you. That's Peppa Pig. So on the cruise, on the ship, on the Sunday night, on the Saturday rather, we arrived back at our cabin to find the programme for the next day, right, to tell you what was going on and stuff. And in with the programme was this from the captain. Right, the captain's welcome on board party. Right, so this was a black tie event on the Sunday. So posh frocks, took suits, ties, bow ties, that kind of stuff. So we went, and it was giving us a free drink of bubbly as well, free glass of bubbly. So we went along to the 6 o'clock one, and David's got the full video on his or will have the full video on his channel when he's sorted it and everything. That's yeah, that's Porto, that's something else. So yeah, we did, and that was lovely. Then we went to dinner in our finery. The dinner was lovely. Every meal that we went for was really, really good. There were a couple of times when some of the choices weren't what I would have liked, perhaps, but that's not really P&L's fault. It's just what they do as standard. And I'm not sure what the word is. I'd been told by, I've been watching other vlogs and stuff, and I think I've seen that they used to, I don't know if it's P&O or if it's other cruise lines, but they used to occasionally do specials based on the port you were visiting. So do special dishes, something from that port. There was none of this on P&O. There was nothing on the menu that I could point to myself and say this was specifically from Vigo or Porto or Cherbourg or Lisbon, unfortunately. But the food itself was fabulous, and the wait staff they couldn't do enough for you. They were happy to do absolutely anything you wanted, anything. It was wonderful. So this is a souvenir from the ship. It's a notepad. I've also got a pen somewhere, I think. It's not gone missing. I did pick up the pen. A couple of pens have gone missing. Since leaving the ship yesterday, a couple of pens have gone missing, a makeup brush has gone missing, a tube of vitamin pills has gone missing, and a nail file type thing has gone missing. They all must have fallen out at some point on my way back between the ship and Birmingham, well, Warsaw last night. I know there was a few times when the bag that they were in fell over kind of thing, so they might have ended up on the floor then, but never mind, nothing important. Right, so from the ship, more souvenirs. This is our boarding passes, upside down. This is our boarding pass. Right. So this one is David's, and this one is mine. We should have arrived to check in at 1:30. We actually got to the terminal and everything for 11:30ish. So we gave them our bags and then went and sat. We were told to sit in arrivals, which is basically for the people that are getting off the ship, not on. From there, we waited about an hour or so, and then we were told that we could board early. They was ready for us to board, so that's what we did. And we was on the ship roughly for about 1 o'clock, I would say, so a good half an hour before we were meant to be on. Right, so next souvenirs. And let's put these in the right order because some of them are in the wrong order. Each day from the cabin, they were outside the door. Right, they were in a little envelope outside the door. I haven't got the envelope in question, but I've got our passes. We were able to keep these. Yeah. Right, so we were able to keep these passes. So when we got to our room, we found this as well, and this is a little welcome aboard letter, welcome aboard, and an itinerary for what was going on the ship. So it gives you information for the dress code for that evening, information about the ship, a couple of different places that you can go on the ship, information about the captain, and then it gives you an entertainment list for the night. Did we do any of these things? I don't think we actually did many of these things in the evening. So yeah, it gives you a list of entertainment and stuff that's on, and information about the restaurants and other things like that. So this one is from Saturday. Then when we got back to our cabin after about 7 o'clock or so, I think it was, I'm not sure exactly what time, but in the evening when we got back to our cabin, we found another programme for Sunday, and this tells us again the dress code. It was black tie event, the celebration night, all the stuff that was going on the ship. There was 3 pages worth, and again details for the restaurants and so on that we could eat at, and the classes and stuff that we could do. And I seem to be losing my audience. So yeah, so that's Monday, Sunday. We got one for Monday, Monday we was at Vigo, so that tells us about that as well. Oh, I won't show you too much because people are getting turned off. Tuesday was Lisbon. Wednesday, Porto. Thursday was another day at sea, so it was another black tie event. And lots of stuff and entertainment to do. Thank you, babes. Oh yeah, David's watching Rocky. And then you've got Fridays. We didn't get a programme for Saturday, for yesterday, because of the fact that we were getting off the ship. Oh, okay. No, I don't know why it's just saying one, but it is for the moment. So yeah, we didn't get a programme for Saturday because we were getting off the ship. We just got a letter telling us what we needed to do, which I've put somewhere, telling us about what time breakfast was. Yeah, we got a letter telling us about it. Yeah, well no, it was up to 5. So this was telling us about getting off the ship, what we had to do and stuff. We had to put the cases out on Friday evening by 9 o'clock, and they were taken away, put into the holding or whatever, for us to pick up the next day when we got off the ship. Then, so yeah, so each day we got a programme, and it was lovely. It was just lovely. It was like being in a dream almost. Couldn't quite take it all in at times. Yeah, very much like being in a bit of a dream. Especially, I mean, what was it, Thursday? One of the nights, every evening meal in the restaurant, they came round and asked if you wanted tea or coffee. Now, a couple of times I asked for hot chocolate because that was on the menu as well, and they did that. Took them a few minutes, but they did it. Then on the Wednesday, I just fancied some milk. Now, I quite like milk. I like to drink a lot of milk. And they asked me a couple of times, did I definitely want milk? Yes, please. And what they brought out to me was a nice teacup, nice style teacup, the same as they was using for the tea and coffee. And in this cup was hot, not just warm, but hot milk that you could see had been done over the stove. It hadn't been put in the mic, it had been done properly on the stove. And that was just lovely, absolutely lovely. So because they did it the one night, I asked for it a few more times, and they did it every time, and it was beautiful. So it was lovely. Right, one last souvenir, and then I think I'd best see about going, considering things. Right, we got this in Porto. So it's an information booklet. We got this doing the cable car in Porto. They asked us when we got on the car if we wanted our photos taken, to which we said yeah, it was fine. There wasn't an obligation to buy or anything at the top of the hill. They took our photo, so that's the cable cars. And then when we got to the bottom, they were offering these souvenir booklets, which had information and stuff inside them. And then it also, this is the picture that they took of us in the ship, in the cable car. So we decided to get this. Right. So that was another thing that we did in Porto. said, I've got to figure out how I'm going to present this in my journal. I have lots of spaces available for April. Some of it can even bleed back into March if I want to. But yeah, I have lots of spaces. So I have, this should be the season cover, the month cover. Oh, and apparently no, okay. So this should be the month cover, for which I'm hoping I've got a good picture of the ship, and I'm going to put the ship here. If not, it'll be some of that. Then I've got the postcards that can go, so one can go there, one can go there, and there, and there. And then these are what I was writing for the day. So this first one is all about our trip down to Southampton and stopping in the Holiday Inn, this first entry, and then going to Paulton's Park as well, and what we did at Paulton's Park on the 21st. Okay. And some more there, and again I've got a map. Yeah. Right, so I've got a map from Paulton's, so that might go here as I can pick it up and lift it out and look at it and stuff like that. Open it out. So that'll probably go in. I've got pictures of owls from Paulton's, so if I can get them printed, I shall put one or more of the owls in the book, in my book. Sorry, just trying to find where that's going to go. So yeah, I've got lots of spaces for things to go. There's information here about starting with our cruise, my thoughts and feelings on the cruise and stuff, different days. So again, I've got space for pictures and stuff there and there, and I can do some more there. And then when I finish putting in all the stuff, I'll start another month. So this will be May, and any achievements and stuff that I do in May will go further back and so on. And so, like I say, I've just got to sort out where I'm going to put things in the book, how I'm going to put them into my journal, and that's what I will be doing over the next several weeks while I sort it all out. So yeah, basically, while I sort out what I want to go where and everything. Right, I'm gonna go. Keep going up and down anyway. So I've been on for 50 minutes. Told you all about our cruise. Yesterday we got back into Southampton very, very early. We got off the ship roughly 9 o'clock. Found our bags. And then we walked over to McDonald's in Southampton. Had a milkshake. Then walked over to the coach station. We got quite a while to stop at the coach station because the coach we were on to travel back to Birmingham didn't leave until 20 to 4. And the reason I booked that one was it was the first one that was direct. It was also the best one for us to go to because I didn't know when we would be back in Southampton for, or what time we'd be off the ship or anything, because obviously this is our first cruise, don't know what happens. So if we do another one, hopefully next year or the year after, we'll know a bit more about what happens during the embarkation process, having been through it once. So we got the coach, got back into Birmingham about 7:10 roughly, and then we walked from Digbeth coach station over to the 51 bus stop in the main part of Birmingham. I think it's just off Cars Lane. Yeah, I'm sure it's called Cars Lane, that corner there. So just off there, caught the bus and got back to Walsall, jumped off at Six Ways Island and walked back to our flat. At some point between Digbeth, I think, and getting into our flat, that's when the few things that have disappeared out of my bag have gone. So, you know, yeah, I know it was up to 5 and now it's just David or one other person's coming but they're not talking. Right, so yeah, like I said at the start, what's disappeared is a makeup brush, some vitamin pills, 2 or 3 pens, and that's it, and a nail file type thing, and that's it. They must have fallen out of my bag because there was a couple of times when I got the bag on top of my trolley, and the trolley, sometimes when you take it off sometimes the bags will twist round when you're going up and down pavements because it's not strapped on properly to the trolley, to the suitcase. So that must have been, it's quite possible that those are the times when that stuff fell out. But they're not important, so I can do without them. I can always get new pens. I've got more vitamin pills anyways, I've got different ones. And I can always get a new nail file type thing as well, and a new makeup brush, so it's fine. I don't even really wear makeup too often at the moment. And so yeah, everything else, we kept everything else. Lots of stuff came home with us, and yeah, the cruise was absolutely fabulous. Something I'd definitely do again. I wouldn't necessarily visit, wouldn't go back to Cherbourg because that wasn't for us, but we'd definitely go back to Porto. I'd like to go back to Vigo, and I think David would be happy to go back to Lisbon. I'm not quite so sure about Lisbon at the moment, but you know, it's something that I'd be open to in the future. If we do another cruise, I will be looking to visit different ports. So there's we've already looked slightly, and there's a couple that might be around the price that we could put around the similar price, a little bit more, a little bit less. One might be going to the Norwegian fjords, which would be really cool, and another one would still be going to Spain and Portugal, we think, but it'd be different ports of call, so it wouldn't be those 4 ports that we would visit. So again, that could be very interesting and stuff, but we'll see what happens. So carry on watching the channel, please like and subscribe, and we'll keep you up to date. I am going to attempt to, for the next month, do a live, either gaming or a proper live on a Sunday and Wednesday. So one will be for gaming off the PlayStation 4 if I can get it working, when I get it back from my mum's, because I sent it to my mum's for a holiday. Then the other one will be, yeah, so one will be for games and one will be for lives like this, for chatting and listening to music and stuff, and I'll probably be working on my journal or on some other crafts or something, just to keep my hands busy, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not promising that it'll be every week, but that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to try and do one on a Sunday and one on a Wednesday. It just depends. It just really depends on what I can do and stuff, and it'll hopefully be around about the 6 o'clock mark as well. Right, so I'm going to go. I've been on for 55 minutes, almost an hour. Brilliant. To the 4 people that are watching, thank you very much for watching and still being here, or for coming back after dropping out or whatever, and I will see you again soon. Bye.